The international break is over, and so it's a return to top flight leagues around Europe, where we'll be blessed with the biggest derby in the weekend. It's a North London derby between Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur. Injury worries for Arsenal, but Tottenham Hotspur won't care, as the likes of Manchester United will love to redeem themselves after a disastrous showing against Liverpool. Alright, so much to talk about as we preview some of the big games and look at our match pack as well, where we've got some big predictions coming in. And just during the course of the week, some big news hitting the Premier League. Firstly, Mikel Arteta agreeing to a 3-year deal, new 3-year deal with the Arsenal hierarchy. Well, for me, I think that's a fantastic decision by the Arsenal hierarchy. Why? Arteta joined in 2019 when the Gunners were 10th in the Premier League, and also in that December, he was able to stable the ship a little bit, did some very hard decisions. Some big players had to leave the club and decided to rebuild. But since then, it's been a steady trajectory of progress, with Arsenal winning the FA Cup, finishing 5th back to the UEFA Champions League, and 2 runners-up places in the English Premier League. If not for City, maybe Arsenal would have gotten their hands on the Premier League title last season, where they missed out after winning 28 matches, a record in the Premier League for the club, and a plus 62 goal difference, better than they've ever enjoyed, and not even the Invincibles could match such a good return. So Arsenal maybe making the best decision to tie down Mikel Arteta to a 3-year deal. But away from that, the Premier League also honored the best players for the month of August, with Haaland winning the player of the month. 7 goals in 3 matches, and you just can't stop the Norwegian from hitting the back of the net. Well, to our match pack now, let's take a look at some of the games and drop a prediction, possibly matching on to a green weekend. Let's take a look at some of those games. Well, Brighton and Ipswich Town. The Seagulls have had a good showing to the start of the league this season. A fine game against Arsenal at the Emirates Cup, albeit they were a man up in that fixture. But 2 wins and 1 draw shows that the guys are up for business. Take on struggling boys Ipswich. Well, I'm going for a Brighton home win right there at the Amex. Meanwhile, Southampton up against Manchester United opens the weekend up. Lunchtime kickoff at the St. Mary's. United have been shaky. A 1-0 victory against Fulham, 87-minute goal from Joshua Zirkzee, then followed with a draw and also a loss to Liverpool. I won't bet my money on United to win, but I'll certainly bet for them not to lose. So I'm going for a Man United win or draw away from home. Then City up against Brentford. Well, the citizens have been rampant at the start of the season. Some fantastic goals scored by the likes of Haaland, and there's no how Haaland is in your team. I won't bet him to get the ball at the back of the net. City not passing first gear yet and are doing so well. I'll bet for a City home win or a possible over 2.5 in that particular fixture. And Bournemouth up against Chelsea. Nobody knows the kind of Chelsea to expect any day, anytime, because they blow either hot or cold. After a 6-2 thrashing of Wolverhampton Wanderers, they drew against Crystal Palace and lost in the Europa Conference League against Servette. Well, one thing is for sure, Bournemouth are no pushovers. From 2 goals down against Everton, it was 3-2 at the end of the day. So definitely it's going to be a battle for Chelsea at the Vitality Stadium. But when you've got a player in form like Noni Madueke, you can't write off Chelsea. And Cole Palmer as well, with his goal winning the best goal of last month, then I think Chelsea has got a chance to get all 3 points in this particular fixture. And finally, for our match pack, is a North London derby. Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal. The Gunners look depleted with about 9 first-team players in the likes of Odegaard, Calafiori, Declan Rice, Tomiyasu, Tierney, all absent for this particular fixture. But it's always a thunder and blood encounter whenever these 2 teams play in North London. I'm going for a both team score and a possible win or draw for Arsenal in that particular fixture. Well, drop your comments for me what you think about Mikel Arteta's new 3-year deal, and what do you think about some of the best picks for this weekend. Ciao.